All right. So hear me out, right? Map one, very one sided affair. 13-1 in the favor of GFU, right? Right, Rhodes?
Yeah.
So surely going into map two, GFU's feeling really confident. They're showing to be just overall a better team than Luminescent.
Really,
So
it's the same
surely,
thing, right?
surely we have another one sided affair, or at least 2-0 in the favor of GFU, right?
Surely.
However, that is not where we have found ourselves today. Instead, Luminescent punch back with a 13-4 victory of their own and send us to Ascent.
I would say equally dominant maps. I mean, the only they may have gotten 4 rounds GFU, but 2 of them were
Doesn't
on
instill
pistol and
confidence. Yeah.
bonus.
I mean, that doesn't instill confidence. And so
Definitely not.
now we're looking down the barrel of Ascent. Certainly not the way I think either of us were expecting this to go. I try not to talk too much about what we're saying, behind the curtain and off cast, but we had kind of packed it up. We were expecting this to be a GFU win, and that happens, uh, but that's not at all where we've ended up.
No, and
Instead, Luminescent is looking stronger than ever.
yeah, I don't know which side to lean on now. Can GFU overcome getting absolutely smashed by Luminescent, or can Luminescent just continue with all their strength as they're going to be heading to their third defensive start where they dominated last time?
Yeah, I mean, this is just, we mentioned before that Luminescence showed a lot of mental fortitude to be able to bounce back from their loss, but we now need to see that from GFU.
I'm really interested to see how this map goes now because I think both teams in the last 2 hours have been having their very highs and their very lows. So I really want to see the clutch players from both teams stand out and make sure they play really well. But everyone on the side of Luminescence on A and GFU have a free B essentially.
Placing swamp.
And it's really interesting because I think Killjoy is not going to be able to hold this by herself. So they're just going to have a free site as he's going to call everybody over. And it's GFU Mint is going to close the door. KJ's stuck and they have a free site. No one's going to push out as everyone tries to get back over to B. A lot of pressure now for the side of Luminescent to be able to retake this, but 5 are on site for GFU, so they're kind of squished in.
Yeah, definitely a rough retake here, and so now we need to see a little bit of pace here from Luminescent. They've been able to bounce back, and now they have the control, not playing from behind anymore. It is even, but they have to start out strong, especially for a defense side of Ascent, and that's exactly what's going to be happening as 4 kills come in all at once. And so now it's a 1v5, and it's going to be cleaned up so quick. What a fast and decisive retake here out of Luminescent.
What a flawless! They just pushed in. GFU were stuck on site, and Luminescent took the advantage and just spread onto it. 4 assists for Ella on the Sova. That's how you know that they're just able to completely obliterate them on the retake.
And Luminescent also pulling back all their defenders before the site hit was fully taken. So that's a really good scenario for Luminescent, right? It shows a level of calmness that they don't freeze up and they don't decide to stand and fight, but instead they want to have the numbers so they can do a full retake. And that's exactly what happens. They get a really clean pistol round to win, and now an even cleaner buy. Possibly able to, they should be able to convert this second. We don't get another Thrifty, right?
You would think. I think Luminescent actually has done really well on their thrifties as Polson takes down Nova with a sniper rifle again, and then Thick Bang as well.
Yeah, Thick Bang picking it up, and he gets another. Has to reload, so his life will be lost to Minty, but damage has been done. The Outlaw has claimed 2 players, and even Polson moving over to make sure that that Outlaw is not taken by Minty. Maze crunching in from the back is going to clean up the last 2 players, and we are seeing a confident Luminescent right now. They know their game, and they know how they want to go about it.
That would have been 2 flawlesses in a row. Of course, you can give the benefit of the doubt of it being an eco. But Poulsen able to get that opening shot, and then Thick Bang and Maze finishing off with 2 of their own.
I would
It's
like I would like to point out real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off, but there's 3 players on GFU with light armor, and we have 2 outlaws in play right now. This could be terrible for GFU. I'm not sure why they're choosing. I'm not sure why they're choosing to go with the light armor. They know that there was outlaws in the last round, and so now one of them spotted out, but Maze is even going to pick up Snorlax and recover the Vandal. So this is really rough if you're GFU. You have to be careful of these outlaws. 3 of your players can be one-shot by him, and it's going to come out right now. Poulsen getting Nova. This could fall apart so quickly for GSU. What an oversight in terms of the economy. Aaron Red is the only player who can take a shot and live through a majority of the arsenal.
Alpaca could be huge here in Wine.
Yeah, Alpaca manages to pick up 1, but will he be traded back? He is. Ella cleans him up, so now it's just the 2 players, 2v4. One tucked in towards Hell and the other at Jen. It's going to be up to Minty most likely to make this happen. No, it's actually going to fall to Aaron Red. He's dinked by the Ghost, and it's cleaned up by Maze. They have plenty of time for the defuse, and then there's another bonus win for Luminescent.
Like you said before, I think that's such a big oversight from GFU. They didn't think about there's 2 outlaws on the map, and Poulsen, again, off the rip, can just kill Nova and just one-shots him because he has light armor. And now Minty's going to look for a timeout as another breakdown for GFU, just like last game.
Yeah, I mean, I can't stress enough how much of an oversight it is to when you know there's even 1 outlaw on the board. Never mind 2, but just 1 outlaw on the board, buying light armor going into your 3rd round. That's just, you can't be making a mistake like that. You're going to get picked apart, and that's exactly what we saw. Sure, the outlaw only claimed, I believe, 1 life in that round, but it doesn't matter because it means you have to reposition away from it. And then that just allows Luminescent to reposition and set themselves up so cleanly for the A retake.
Now we head right back for an eco for GFU, and Beneficial has an outlaw. It could go right back to more pain for them, even though they are on an eco. And I do want to highlight Poulsen. Yes, a lot of the kills have come on the eco and the first round, but I think so far their gunplay has been really well done on Ascent.
Yeah, I mean, that means that like Poulsen is actually going to be given the outlaw once again, but that means that the economy can just continue to be farmed up here for Luminescent as well. Look at the amount of money that they have. Oh my goodness, of Force and 4 light armors again. This could be horrible. Poulsen even set up to intercept some of these players. Mace with an immediate pick on Aaron Red. Oh my god, that was so fast. It felt like the borders had just come down, and Maze is already it felt like he was ahead of the borders almost.
GFU, they feel panicked. Oh, it looks like Maze might contact here Snorlax.
Snorlax manages to get Maze, so this gives you a little bit of hope. Ascent is another map where the lurks could be a big factor, but Poulsen, we mentioned this outlaw has been such a dangerous thing, and he's gonna pick up 2 on the A site. Beneficial chiming in as well.
Snorlax the rat, alone once again, 1v4, all on the lonesome. Not much you can do with this. No bomb in sight, and Ella might see him in a second, actually, but Snorlax might want to just save their gun heading into the next, but we're about to find out.
Rhodes making enemies with GFU fans calling Snorlax a rat. But I mean, yeah, Snorlax has a Vandal here. He might be able to get some, but I think he might have actually been spotted there. And yeah, the sonar dart comes out. He's just, his location is known. There's nothing Snorlax can do here. No time. Might be able to get some kills, but I mean, honestly, this is just rough. Not even a kill. Ella cleans it up, and it's 4 straight for Luminescent. We are seeing a GFU completely falling apart at the seams. And look at their economy again. They're buying more light armor. Luckily, the outlaw is not around anymore.
They're final. I mean, they're half buying a bit, but still, all the light armor, everything. But now there's no more outlaw. There's an op for Maze.
I was gonna say the outlaw has been upgraded to an op, and also
It's not
Paulson has a guardian.
Oh,
Guardian is another gun that's really strong against light armors. You can just two-shot people in the body. The Guardian can definitely put in some work here, and also they don't have the range and the artillery to deal with this op possibly. So we might be able to see Maze just have a heyday, but he's actually tagged up to low HP. But Poulsen, once again, these weapons that are good against light armor, putting in work. Poulsen has been farming this game with them. Oh, what a sonar.
Nova being taken down again, 0-5 so far this match. Was able to find so many picks open up GFU early on in the first 2 games, but now it feels like all the magic's gone. It's just getting teared apart from long range.
Yeah, I mean, this is a GFU in shambles. If they're going to try and get onto this A site, but we're going to see Aaron Red, or not Aaron Red, but rather Ella, who has been strong so far in this map, holding strong, but it's still Poulsen getting even more value out of this Guardian. Ella finds one, tagged down to 20 HP, but he just has to stay alive here. Alex manages to take him out through the wall. Plant going down, but it's a 2v4 and pretty poor weaponry. And Snorlax even not opting to go for the Phantom, so Snorlax stuck to a Sheriff. Instead, they're going to play a more aggressive position to try and help Aaron Red. Aaron Red tucked it towards long. Isn't checked, so he gets one, but traded back by Thick Bang. So now it's all up to Snorlax, who will fall as well. It's 5 rounds straight here for Luminescent.
That is way too hard. An Ares tucked in on log. They can't really do anything against 3 players pushing them. And Luminescent just able to completely collapse. Poulsen with another good pick at the start of the round. They're 8-1. Just completely disrupting everything GFU wants to do as they finally get a buy-in.
Yeah, GFU able to pick up all the weaponry that they want here. But, I mean, okay, so it is worth noting that this is Ascent. Ascent is definitely, by a pretty good margin, the most defender-sided map, but this is almost too much. We need to start seeing stuff from GFU, and again, this aggression out here from Maze, it's been calculated. Not gonna get away with the same success, and even Ella spammed through the wall by Aaron Red. What great tracking. And so now, this is gonna be a quick hit onto the B site, stalled out a little bit by the frag grenade of KO, so this is now... Things have slowed down a little bit on this take. The ultimate going through. Minty looking to possibly dash forward, but it's Thickbang with 2 through the smoke. Manages to clean up multiple of these players. Nova repositions onto the site, so it's all left up in a 1v3 for Beneficial. He's been very strong so far. 3-0, but he can't win the Omen diff. Nova picking up 3 on the round.
Nova finally back in this map. Gets that opening pick, able to open up the round. Thickbang making it really difficult finding, I believe that was at a rifle collat, and it was so close for it going poorly, and then Nova, Snorlax were just able to completely close it out. And that is maybe a momentum killer for Luminescent. And I think GFU could have an opportunity to go ham here with Nova still holding that aggressive attacker op.
Yeah, but I mean, with how one-sided this has been so far, this Luminescent still has a bye, so they can bounce right back into this round. You're not out of the woods yet, GFU. You have to win at least 1 more round to start making question of the economy, and Beneficial won't even let that happen as Nova, once again, in these early engagements, but it won't go his way this time. Snorlax
so
trying to...
up.
Dude, Maze is in such a crazy position here. Spotted by the turret, but I don't know if they know it's going to be an op. Actually, Maze doesn't even have the op. My bad. Man. What a hectic engagement here inside of B main. Wallbangs going out, but it's going to be the defenders who ultimately come out on top. Mid pressure comes through as Beneficial finds another, and it's a 1v4 for Aaron Red. What a crazy round. Just, I believe there was 3 wallbang kills there.
That was... Thickbang is a psycho, just pushes out Garage, and Beneficial will collect the last kill. And I mean, That was crazy in Garage. Just Ella and Thick Bang just able to get those kills just gives them favor of numbers, and Beneficial able to get 3 on the round just really hurts GFU's chances here because now they're back on. They're not saving, they're forcing, and they only have 3 rifles.
Yeah, I mean, if you are GFU, you have to get something going here, but this is going to be a rough buy as it's also an op for Beneficial, and it's going to be hard to run that down. And Maze just going so Maze! He gets 2! Aaron Wright able to try to get back, but damage has been done. This is such a hectic round as Thick Bang once again re-aggresses mid, and the players just aren't ready for it. Snorlax manages to get 1 towards B main, but this is so rough. Or, it wasn't B main, but it was mid, my bad. But still, 2v3, Snorlax and Minty have to come up big, and they're making so much noise. This is noted by Poulsen. They know that they're going in on the A site, so now the rotate is coming through.
They're not expecting Poulsen at all.
Poulsen is so far on this flank already. They're not going to be ready for this. They have to get this plant down soon. They're not ready for tree. They're not even closing the door. Re-cleared by Snorlax, but the time has been stalled, and Minty now in a 1v3 with only 1v2 rather, with only 45 HP, manages to evade the sonar dart. So could possibly try and make something happen, but as the dark cover is gonna cut off some line of sight, Beneficial is gonna choose to just teleport in on the top of the generator. Will Minty expect this? He's just tucked into the corner towards tree here. Minty, you have to be clean with this. You don't have much HP to work with. Odin spamming out, and they actually don't check, so Minty now has a chance. 1v1, he dashes out. Oh. Ella is just gonna hold down the Odin, and it's not gonna be around for GFU. Closed out, and 7 now for Luminescent.
Ella says no thank you to a clutch. It feels like GFU aren't getting the clutches that they had on Haven. They aren't getting the opportunities that they want, as Ella is just able to close out with the Odin, says no to Jet's dash. And it was so close for Minty. You could see it in their eyes that they wanted that round, and it just fell apart. I mean, Poulsen with a great flank, able to get 1, and it's just looking so rough for GFU as they're on another save.
This has got to be one of the greatest bounce backs that we have seen in Honeydew Summer Showdown. I mean,
might be the best one.
To go from 13-1 on Haven to now the next 2 maps, you look so in control. You are so in the driver's seat. The confidence there. Maze has just been so sure of every play that he is making, and you can tell he's just going for things and they're working. He has all the confidence because why wouldn't he? He was one of the only players out of Luminescent to have a solid stat line coming out of Haven. And it's just going to continue it going. Minty trying to get something going onto this B site, but Alpaca trades it back. Kills still, though, going the way of Luminescent, as this eco is not looking like it will bode anything for the side of GFU. Alpaca in a 1v4, caught mid-air by Ella. That's 8 now.
I really want to highlight Thick Bang and Maze. They've been together all defensive half and are playing so well with each other. Last round, they made that crazy play in mid where they managed to get 3 for 2. And last round, they're just flanking with, on Snorlax, and are able to pick him up as well. And they're just opening up so much pressure around the map and really making GFU question what they want to do.
I almost feel like after map 1, it feels like Luminescent stepped away and said, how do we shut down Snorlax? Because Snorlax seemed to be part of the formula for what made Haven so good for GFU. Without Snorlax's lurks, Luminescent has had so much freedom. They've had Snorlax so pinned down, hasn't been able to find good lurks. Alpaca will find an opening. This could be GFU's chance to swing it back in their favor. May's taken out as well, so now it's 2v4. Poulsen rotating in towards tree is going to be alone, or not actually alone. They're linked up. The buddy system has been the main thing for Luminescent, and they're going to give this retake a go. Yeah. Actually, are they looking to possibly just save these guns?
Really questionable play here for Paulson. I don't understand the lockdown commitment if they're putting a throw there, but they're looking to rush on the site now.
Yeah, I mean, one player detained, but like you said, too much hesitation out of Luminescent and Feels, so they're gonna lose that round, and not only that round, but also lose the lockdown. Ultimate takes a lot to farm up.
Yeah, it's a really questionable play, I won't lie, but they're so far ahead that I think at the back of their mind, they're just not really thinking about that aspect as they're just trying to figure out how to convert rounds more than being scared of putting the lockdown down.
Well, hear me out here, right? I mentioned that Ascent is one of the most the most defender-sided map in the pool, but it's really hard to get things going as an attacker on Ascent. Honestly, if we see GFU get 3 or 4 rounds, that's doable.
Definitely.
You do have to convert the pistol. The pistol is a must win, but I mean, we usually see the defenders winning pistol on Ascent, so really, if you're GFU, you only need these next 2 rounds, and you might be able to salvage this.
Yeah, it's definitely salvageable if they're able to win these next 2 and win pistol and not lose a thrifty this time.
Yeah.
Then it's very much salvageable.
We're saying all that as if it's like some miracle play, but that really wouldn't be out of the ordinary. The only thing that is difficult, the most difficult thing for them will be winning these next 2 rounds against full buys on Ascent. That is going to be so difficult, but they're looking to do that as they're trying to crack open this A site, but Beneficial stands strong in the B site, and he gets 2. Through the smoke comes Thick Bang, one of the best support players we've seen so far in this event. Paulson cleaning it up, so it's a 1v3 for Snorlax, the person who has not been able to find a single valuable lurk since map 1 is going to be left in a 1v3 position noted, and the sight hold from Beneficial and Thick Bang is just so strong there as Snorlax gonna see the barrel, so he gets a free kill here onto Ella.
15 seconds.
Yeah, no time.
I do want to highlight someone that I feel like we haven't talked about enough. Beneficial. He went 4-12 on Haven. It was a really rough game, it looked like, from him. But ever since that game, he's been dropping amazing kills, really good entries, and just completely opening up these rounds on the side of Luminescent. And I'm really happy to see him bounce back specifically, because it feels like it can be really hard for some controller players to do that.
I mean, Beneficial has been a very high impact character or player. They're not necessarily had the best stat lines. Obviously, we saw Maze just running away with Lotus, but Beneficial has had those those kills that decide a round. Right there, it's not a round win at all for Luminescent if Beneficial doesn't get 2 there, because that pulls so much attention towards him. If it's a 1 and done, we don't get to see Thick Bang go through the smoke, and well, it's going to be a very quick round here. It seems as Snorlax barrels into the B site, and from the Shadows as well, as Minty picks up another one on the Thick Bang, not able to find the effectiveness through the smoke as he did last round. So now it's a 3v5 retake, as we're possibly looking at a 9-3 half here on Ascent.
Really good pickups from them. Snorlax just completely rushing in. I don't think they were expecting that. And then Thick Bang goes down, and that just completely opens it up for this GFU take.
Maze on Haven, though, showed to be strong with the Blade Storm, but it's going to be quickly shut down by Alpaca, and even Beneficial most likely spammed through the wall as he's pinged out. This is a sure round for GFU. No way to lose this, and it's going to be a 9-3 half. I said that this is winnable for GFU, but it's going to be a very uphill battle from here on out.
Daria, I have a question to ask you. Do you believe in the 9-3 curse?
I'm a bit of a believer myself.
I know you asked me that last game. We have to ask it again as we head on to another half of this game where they're going to be looking to win their pistol and much more.
Yeah, GFU, this pistol, you cannot compromise. This has to be the round. Either that, or if they lose the pistol, they have to just full thrifty. There's even then, though, giving a single round over to Luminescent is just, it's gonna spell such a rough half for GFU. We need to see a good streak here.
Even with us casting, you can't thrifty it. You can't. You have to
We
win this
are
pistol
cursed.
and the second.
Well, we're cursed for thrifties. Are we cursed for 9-3 as well? Let's find out.
It looks like they're going to be pushing up slowly through a maze. He could find a timing onto Nova. It could be very interesting, but it looks like Nova is aware, so this might be very close.
Yeah, I mean, this comes down to the timings. And May's actually just looking away, and he's going to lose out to Nova. So it's going to give the man advantage over to GFU here. That is going to possibly give them the green light as they all rotate into tree. They know that the pressure from there has been alleviated. Yeah, they've broken the door, so now this forces a rotate out. But look at this. It looks like it's already red. There's 2 players looking towards mid. They have Polson just locked into mid here. GFU lose 1 to Polson, but it's traded back by Nova, so they keep their man advantage. And once again, the hit looks like it's going towards A. All these players are barreling up, but what a shot from Nova. 3 on the pistol, and he just breaks the skull of Beneficial. Thickbang has to be the difference maker as he's looking to flank in towards heaven. He might have 2 free kills here. Trigger discipline for just a second, and he's gonna pick up 2 alongside of Ella. So now it's a 2v2, and the rotate from tree is gonna be the X factor here as CT has to wait. Yeah. No way! Snorlax is just lurking for it! And so now it's down to Thickbang. Only 5 seconds left. Snorlax, you just have to play the time. Don't let him get the kill. And so now it's a pistol for GFU. Could this comeback really be happening, Rhodes?
Oh, we have some possibilities, don't we? This is looking exactly like last map. Now we just have to hope that they can convert it this time as Snorlax with that link flank.
We're so cursed for thrifties, though. Rhodes, we're so cursed.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
do you believe in the 9-3? Do you believe?
Okay, to be fair, I think most of our thrifty pistol thrifties for second round, it's been the attackers losing to defenders. I think that GFU should be okay. I hope. I don't want to see another 50.
I'll counter you one thing. It wasn't last game.
Oh, you're right, aren't you? Oh man.
But it doesn't matter. Anything can happen as it looks like Lumi is looking up through C, and Minty might find a pick here or die trying to.
Going into round 14, it's the battle of the curses. Will we have the thrifty curse, or will we have the 9-3 curse continuing to be stacked on? The door is broken, but a smoke going up. It's going to give Luminescent the chance to get into this site. Plant is going to go down, and so now this is getting really weird. We could see it. Minty posted up inside the smoke, and Nova goes down to Ella. Surely we don't see another pistol thrifty. GFU retaking it mostly from heaven, and Beneficial. He gets the double headshot, tucking into hell now. Aaron and Snorlax don't want to see this come through, but it's just too much as it's all left up to Alpaca. He's got a bulldog, but does he have the ability to pull this off? Flash goes out and the spike is ticking. All that Luminescent have to do is play the time, but it's tough to have. Oh, trying to call the bluff, but we get a thrifty.
I would like to put out a PSA real quick for all the fans of GFU. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
As Luminescent have another chance to close out this game if they have a clean
you can't hear him, but our observer ecstatic is he's just saying exclamations. He doesn't have words. It's only exclamations coming out of his mouth.
Oh, we got the hits on him as well.
Oh, GFU is the dream dead. 10-4 now. Your economy is broken.
I believe in the Snorlax difference. He's gonna find something. He's gonna find it.
You think so? Maybe.
Honestly, though, if anyone could do this right now, it's Nova. He's right-clicked before. We need to see him hit this head onto Polson.
Yeah, Nova's a bit of a right-click warrior, and maybe Minty with the Sheriff could show us a little something, but I mean, it's like all rifles as well. All rifles with full armor, and those rifles are just going to strip away the hope of GFU as Ella and Thickbang are going to clean up 2 of these players. Even a alert smoke for CT. Yeah, I mean, it's just... It's just all cleaned up. Snorlax. Well, you said you believe in Snorlax. How much? How much do you believe in Snorlax?
Not enough, clearly.
Not enough, clearly.
Unfortunate. I mean, again, there are chances. We've played games before. We know there is a chance for GFU to come back in this, but you need to see their big hitters come out. We need to see Minty just open up their eyes and find these picks that we know that he can do. He's not able to show us, and I believe it's possible. I really do.
Here.
They just need to figure it out and maybe even call a timeout just to reset.
I mean, yeah, Minty has just been so quiet these last two maps, and it's really, really rough for GFU. And one of your, what's supposed to be one of your star players, just can't show up, and he's just going to continue to struggle as Beneficial hits an absolute banger on him, and that's going to give open to the B site. Even Pulsin on alert. Beneficial cleaning up Nova. And this looks like it is wraps as match point will be found, and the economy for GFU is so bad going into this match point round for Luminescent.
I think this is honestly one of the best comebacks of just in general of a series, but also players like Beneficial. I think you've seen probably one of the worst games you could probably have as a smokes player that wants to be a bit more aggressive. But then the last two maps, they've just completely just opened up the game. Like, I feel like taken over what Nova was doing for the side of GFU, except for now for Luminescent, they're just using it to their advantage.
And I said on map 1, you have to say GG go next. And well, Luminescent, they went next. They were ready for these next two maps, and they've just been showing
3A.
Yeah, they've just been showing GFU absolute dominance, and yeah, I mean, the A site's completely open. This is surely it. It's a free A site. Teleport's gonna be coming in, but I think this is it. Beneficial has control of the A heaven alongside Maze, two of the most impactful players we have seen from
Nova
Luminescent.
needs to come out huge.
I mean, yeah, I just don't believe. I think that this is it. From an absolutely dire map 1, 13-1, and now 13-4 on Lotus to another 13-4 win on Ascent. We have seen an amazing bounce back from Luminescent as they're going to clean up the final kill and take this series to go up 2-1 in the series and in their record.
What a series. I mean, there's nothing else you could say. That is how you bounce back. You mental reset, you go into the next one, you dominate. You go into the next one, you dominate. And I can't wait to see this team again fight next week, because it's going to be a really cool seeing them be a strong team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward. That was such a great game, and I was so glad to be able to cast it. I've been joined by my co-caster Rhodes, and well, we'll be back tomorrow to cast another set of games.
Adios.